All right, let's see if the audio works. All right, new test a bit louder. Yeah. Okay. The audio is weird because I cranked it up and because of that it picks up all the background noises more, but my voice is still very low. I know I don't speak very loudly as a person, but even then I'm like, dude, I don't need to hear all the typing noises. That's fine. Not loud, but hearable and clear. Awesome. Hi, everyone. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Val. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Box of Paint. How is everyone today? Go get some painting water. That's the one thing I forgot. And I'll be right back. Also picked up some tea. We're good here. Had a mini getaway last weekend and I'm always surprised by how happy they get. Aww, they missed you. Oh no, Kevin, you're not keeping the green. I hope it turns out okay. Otherwise, well, you're gonna have a really unique look, which is not a bad thing. I would probably need a paint palette also to paint this. At the moment, my hair is a blotchy mix of green, yellow, brown, and yellow. Well, these colors go well together at the very least. You're like one of those schminke granulating colors, but in hair form. Nature inspired, yeah. I've never really dyed my hair, but all my experiences going to the hairdresser, they were always a bit on the fence. In a sense that a couple of scenarios usually play out. Either you come out of there and the way they styled your hair, you're like, oh, this is nice, I like it. And then the next time you try to style it yourself, or the next morning, it will never look like that again. I've had terrible haircuts that I couldn't wait to go home and like rinse out the styling and just try to do something with it. And I usually just cut my hair myself, and it's curly, so it doesn't show that it's whatever. For a couple of... I tried once to dye like my hair in this sort of ombre look, like gradient. And since I have red hair, I dyed the ends of it with blue, so it made for a gray-blue gradient. Because, you know, when you mix orange and ultramarine blue, what happens? But I kind of wash my hair daily, so the dye just didn't last. I was like, yeah, that's not worth it. Oh, Otto! Hey! Hi, how are you? I despise hairdressers. Oh, yeah. I'll prefer wearing wigs. Wigs are really neat for the freedom you get in terms of just about anything. Unless we're about to go somewhere nice, I'm all about telling our hairdressers to not do fancy things because I wash. It does what it does, full stop. Yeah, they like some of them will try to sell you products, and I stopped hairdresser for myself years ago too. I cut my kids' hair for a while. They quit mom. Also, a lot of hairdressers here don't know how to cut Asian hair. A lot of hairdressers don't know how to cut curly hair either. Well, they know, but you know, it's... Also, like, I have fine hair, so I don't have a lot of hair in volume. And I prefer to cut it myself. At least if I don't like it, I can, like, fully assume the fact that it's my own fault and didn't cost me a dime. Like, you go to the salon and you pay for the cut and you tip the hairdresser well, ideally, if they were nice, and you're not really happy with your cut. So what's the Nobody wins here. It's up to hubby to let me know when it's too unruly because I just don't know this. I haven't been to a hairdresser in 20 years-ish. Oh, mine is about 10 years. I'm just trying to grow out my hair, which is wavy. Wavy is nice. The last time I was at the proper hairdresser, I told him my hair history. And I thought he was going to pass. How come? That sounds terrible. Hey, Erica, hi. Yeah, now you have to tell us your hair history, Karen. Absolutely. I'm curious. Why do you think wavy hair is a nightmare, Val? At that time, it was bleached 3 times, dyed blue, then dyed permanent black, then used a color remover and dyed it dark brown, then dyed some highlights that snapped off. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Wow, you really experimented. If some of you are my age, do you guys remember dyeing your hair with Kool-Aid? Like, I didn't dye my hair, but I dyed my friend's hair with Kool-Aid. Red Kool-Aid. Oh yeah, that would snap. I have really long curly hair and lately it feels heavy when I wash it. Oh my gosh, Erica. Are you due for a trim? The infamous ramen hair. Stretchy and it's oh my gosh. That's a nice watercolor. I really like it. It's plastic, which I'm really happy because it's lightweight and kind of durable. It will stain, but that doesn't bother me really. I saw that Holbein also has one where you only have 2 compartments, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I would eventually get that too. Emmy's popped up to say hello. Emmy! Emmy baby! The sweetest little calico with the burger. ramen hair is weirdly satisfying to run your finger through. I don't know, I kind of associate ramen hair with the character Colin from Dragon Age. Because his initial first model in the old game, in what, Origins? No, not Origins. Yeah, Origins? Oh, anyway. Like, it was old 3D model, so the curly hair really looked like the texture of a ramen, like, bundle of noodles. So that was sort of his nickname. She helped herself to hubby's cream and sherry sauce. Ooh! She's a turkey. Don't worry, this was like 3 years ago. My current hair history is bleached once and dyed neon green badly, and now dyed black. What's your natural hair color, Kevin? Hey, Lena, hi! Yes, Emmy is a cat. I like dark brown that goes lighter in the summer. Ooh, that's nice too. My partner just responded, hi. Hi there. I love the fact that hair goes lighter on like can get sun bleach. Okay, it's usually you better put on some sunscreen, otherwise you're gonna end up with like red the lobster well, maybe not lobster if you tan, but you know. But oh, sun bleached hair, it's really pretty. Once upon a time I did the whole dye my hair vibrant for the weekend and back again for a Monday morning every couple of weeks. Knock on wood, I'm glad I still have some. You need to try the Kool-Aid dye. That can be as toxic, right? Did anyone else do that lemon juice? Does it actually work? Like, I never did because I have red hair. Red hair is weird. Like, if you like kind of bleach red hair, it goes pinkish instead of like yellow, depending, or lighter. My natural hair is dishwatery, and lemon juice totally works. Oh, that's really cool. It's awesome. Like, you can get yourself a nice lemonade and just rub the remnants of the lemon in your hair. Red hair is super pretty, I always want. Well, that's always the case. Like, people with red hair are like, eh. And people, like, everyone I've heard say they wanted red hair. It's always like that. Like someone has curly hair and they're like, I wish I could have, like, flat hair. And people are like, no, I want curly. And, oh, I have too much hair. I don't have enough. Like, no one's ever happy with hair. Yeah, exactly. You always want the opposite. Ooh, I have opera in this palette. Thanks to Otto. Oh, man. Yes. Come to me, neon pink. Come to me. A new boba tea shop opened in town today, and their brown sugar boba with tapioca pearl was just so good. I have yet to try that. I might get a chance to try that soon, and I'm excited. What's the best flavor of like classic boba tea? My hair is starting to turn gray and it looks much blonder now. Aw. do you have blonde hair like naturally? That's because literally billions of dollars have been spent on convincing you that whatever you have is wrong. Yeah, always. But I mean, I wonder, do you think we wouldn't do that regardless? Maybe less intensely, but to some extent, I wonder just how much humans crave different stuff like just naturally. Well, I had this, this is the Holbein Palm palette, and it came with, I don't remember, 12 colors. But a long time ago, you kindly sent me a couple of these pans from Japan. And the opera, I remember, is one you sent me. Because the Holbein pans are kind of hard to find. I might get Olaplex or some kind of repairing treatment for my hair. It's a good thing that hair just grows back, doesn't it? Like, if eventually it will be all new. In Chicago, we used to get avocado boba tea, and I've never had it anywhere else, but it was amazing. Nice and chlorophyll. I think they might have avocado smoothie at the place I'm thinking of. Yeah, that was like 4 years ago. But yeah, I think you had sent me like the leaf green color, the opera colors, and a couple of others. And I remember because we discussed how these silly pans are more expensive than a tube of the paint, which makes absolutely no sense. But then again, the care and all the craft that goes in the pans is still pretty, like it's impressive. I don't know if I can prop one out. They come with the magnet. The color is printed on the pan itself, like the name and the reference number, and the packaging is just next level. I don't have any of the empty wrappers here, but whoa. Oh, they're more expensive than the 15 ml tubes. That's insane. I think people always crave to change things, even if it's not possible, for example. But it's easier to accept things you know you can change than having solutions. Yeah, definitely. That's the really toxic part. It's making you think you can change stuff, instead of accepting the premise of where you're at and working with that. My next hair aesthetic, neon blue with orange highlights. Whoa, that's gonna be really peculiar. Melissa, magenta and teal. You need a yellow, you need a hidden yellow strand of hair somewhere so you can be the full cyan, magenta, and yellow scope. But I mean, if you go to Japan, the 60 ml tubes are like, those are so inexpensive too, which always blows my mind. It's so much paint, like considering it's watercolor and you don't use it up as thickly as you would anything else. Yes, a yellow stripe. Yeah, you would be the full sand magenta yellow thing. I think this would look great. Like if you put it in like under the mass of your hair, it will only show when you tie them up in a ponytail or something, and that could be a really interesting little detail. The dye I use is pretty strong, but my white temples always wash out first, but not enough gray yet to swap full tact. You know how they say that when hair goes white, it also changes in texture. Maybe that's why the dye doesn't stick to it as much. They don't make the 60 ml tubes in any of the colors I use a lot. No! Oh no! Oh, they don't make opera in 60 ml, which is such a shame. Well, to be fair, I think the fact that they have ultramarine blue in 60 ml is really clever. Like, of course you need that in 60 ml. I love the 60 ml tubes. They make me feel so secure. Like, I will hug them and be like, I have so much of you. I'm gonna be okay. These hairstyles make me think of a friend who once went to a hip stylist and they cut and colored her hair. So after she washed it, she saw the coloring. It was horizontal stripes of red and black. Oh, no. What? Oh my gosh. That sounds a bit like I'm too old for that movement, but that's very scene kid, I think. Did she like it? Not at all. Yeah, no. I don't know, I kind of associate it a bit too much with the secretaries at the doctor's office, which always have the most, like, out there hairstyles. Not the style itself, but the coloring and all that. Like, it's always something you go like, what happened here? Okay. That's original for sure. My phone went ding ding. The stylist gave her curls and the stripes weren't as visible as after she wore her normal, which was straight. Ooh, no. Oh, that's so cool, Kevin. Oh my gosh, I hope you get good weather. And a really fun time. That sounds great. What? What's the point? What? Oh, wait. I learned to be cautious when telling the stylist to just do what they want. When I moved to Austin, I thought I'd have a reinvention, and they shaved my head underneath and then cut point from my crown to my chin. What? It was really, really not cute. Ugh. I've always had people who wanted to cut my hair really short, which I did and do not want because I don't feel like it fits me. It's weird. Yeah, I kind of feel the same. Like, the stylist, like, even if you go there with an image of something you would like, your hair is not like the photo, the models. Like the model might have had, you know, clip-ons. It's a photo made to sell a specific haircut. You know, it's made to look good. So you go there and you might not have the hair type, whatever, to have the same haircut. And they kind of don't really tell you that. They just do their best. And I've never really felt like the haircuts were me. Like the only time I feel like the haircut is me is when I call it pop the gasket, but when I'm suddenly very fed up with my hair, go to the bathroom, cut it off myself. I'm like, yeah, that's me. We're not too sure yet. We're gonna start booking actual events and tours and such over the next week. If you have any suggestions, do let me know. Oh man. Oh, that sounds really fun. I hope you'll have a great time, Kevin. Like, I'm experimenting with these pads of paper. I have a few. These are fluid cellulose. They're blocks, but they're only bound on two sides. And like I have a few, so I wanted to experiment on these. And I don't think the paper under the masking fluid, like, it didn't rip off any paper, but the paper feels weird and it behaves weirdly too, I feel. What's the point of gluing two sides? Well, it doesn't warp as much. It's also less expensive than when it's glued on four sides, but as you can see, when I taped my border, I used wider tape here so I could tape it down the side too, to keep it from moving too much. I cut my hair myself now too, so much happier with it, yeah. Parted down the middle, so something like Zorg from Fifth Element. I look like a skinhead punk, which was not the let's go and make new friends and be professional. Oh my good. Oh, that sounds painful. It works for Jean-Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg in Fifth Element, but yeah, it's not as much an everyday look. Melissa says my brother had me get his poodle a haircut once. Told me to get whatever style I chose. I was really good friends with the groomer. Dougie went home looking like a corkscrew. Cream poodle. Oh, that's really funny. He should have known better. He was not happy, but I was. Yeah, be careful. Be careful what you ask. Strangely, he never asked for a free groom again. We were in Amsterdam last weekend and there was mention of potential rain and everything booked out instantly. What do you mean? I'd feel weird going to a hairdresser for a color because 9 times out of 10 the colors I choose are from video game characters. You know, I wonder, because I'm pretty sure hairstylists, they have to see some really weird stuff, like the Karens that go in there and that ask for really just, you know, unflattering stuff. Like a color might be weird, but it might be fun for them to, like, it's something really different that they don't get to do often, so they might really enjoy it. I know I would. Oh, I see it. Okay, so everything to do that was inside got booked instantly. Did you manage to find something to do regardless of the fact that everything was booked? On Thursday, there were many options for the afternoon. It may rain this weekend and everything sold out. Were you able to grab anything? We managed to go on a wine and cheese boat tour, which was a good night. Had a goofy captain, the other people were all in good moods, and most importantly, we had our own table. Oh yeah, that's a key factor there. And it only rained for a few minutes. Ah. How's everyone's weather at the moment? It's supposed to still be really, really cold out here. Like, we had minus 40 Celsius yesterday. And we we went to get our takeout yesterday evening. And ooh, it was quite bitey. That was some biting cold. I don't know why, but I'm always fascinated when the weather gets really terrible. I feel like when it gets to the extremes, there's literally nothing you can do about it except dress the most accordingly you can and just, try to have fun. It's colder in Texas this week than it's been here all winter. Eep. Dang. You guys don't really have a very cold winter within the grand scope of things. Like, I get it, it's cold for you, which is perfectly fine, but what's the lower you get? I need some help getting on Discord. I tried to sign in and it asks me for a code, but I don't know what code it wants. Sub-Zero. Oh, that's cold. So far this year, I think -5, 6 was the lowest. Oh man. We are generally spoiled with meh weather. Yeah, but I don't know. I think, I don't know. It might be more interesting to deal with. I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, we've had so much snow lately that I was looking at all the work required to get rid of what is basically solid rain. And I was like, it would probably be much easier if this was actually rain instead of snow. Like, I was really happy that we don't have a car last week. Because people must have had to dig out their cars of the snowbanks at least twice. With some substantial, like snowfalls. I did the -20s, 30s in Wyoming and Chicago, and 40s in Texas. I love a good meh day. You've been getting a lot of hail. Oh my gosh, hail. Yeep. Hey, Dominic, hi. Hail can be really dangerous. Like, those can clock you something fierce. Yeah, I'll definitely have to try maybe a different kind of masking fluid because it made the paper all blotchy. Or maybe it's the paper itself that... Well, it's not that blotchy on the parts where I didn't use any masking fluid. It is 2:17 p.m. here. Hubby had a panic before I moved over because Bestie and I got caught in a hailstorm in Texas and he thought we were getting jumped. Wait, what? I was on the phone with him and we were trying to get in the house. So he just heard loud banging and me saying, I have to call you back. And the ultimate explanation for it is, oh yeah, it was just like big chunks of ice were falling from the sky. Like, wait, what? Big chunk of what? Hey Mikey, hi! By the way, has Canada talked about the spy balloons? Yeah, like I've heard about it briefly. The Chinese spy balloon. Thank you, Mikey. Need to be more careful, but my right hand is really messed up at the moment because of the cold. So my thumb cracked and it's like super dry and crackly, and my like this joint is particularly cracky too. Oh wow, did that just dry instantly? Pretty much, okay. I'm sorry. Hey, Paulo, hi. That's pretty good news, Mikey. Hopefully it will keep on going for a bit, right? So much cat hair everywhere in your paints. Hey, thanks, Paulo. Is the new tech setup? It's been okay. I was able to figure it out. So, without jinxing myself, I think that's a good start. Sorry. I know the camera is a bit blurry. Yeah, the camera is a bit blurry, but that's just the camera itself. I really hate the way they market webcams. They always sell them to you like with specs that are not, like, they say the camera will have these specs, but it's not representative of its actual capacities. They'd be like, oh, it can take HD, it's a HD webcam. You're like, oh, cool, HD footage. No. It will take photos in HD, but if you want to stream video, that's not going to be HD. And you're like, oh, wow, yay. Yeah, not until I can make a substantial amount of money to buy a camera that has a higher res footage option, and these cost an arm and a leg, and perhaps a couple of other digits. Sorry. Did I miss it? Hey, Cleo. You didn't miss it, but I'm gonna have to end it soon. A lot of stuff going on today, so... I will be stumped losing limbs for cameras and digi. Cool space person. Hey, thank you. It's a experiment piece, in the sense that I am trying stuff with it. Chip just let out the most terrific. Oh no! Come in! Cover your face! Don't melt! With all the evils of AI stuff, I watched someone that's using the chat AI to help them create schedules for themselves, and it was really amazing. So things like, I have these 5 things to do today, how can I best organize my time, and bam. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Like actually helpful stuff instead of... Okay, I gotta say, the part that makes no sense to me in all of this is just how hateful some people are being towards artists. And I'm like, I don't get it. Like, people are really like happy that artists will will have to deal with AI art and the way it endangers their livelihood and all that. And some people are like, yeah, take that. And you're like, what? I'm sorry, take what? I think there's definitely a place for AI art. I mean, they can't make work with the appropriate number of fingers. Well, it's not art. Like, the way I personally see art, I wouldn't call the AI images art. Because the whole point is to have an intention behind the piece, and anything an AI does has sort of no intention behind it. Like, they don't decide the composition, they don't decide how they make everything in the image, so... Uppity artists thinking they're better at art than people who don't do art. Yeah, it's not at all the end result of spending like countless hours working on this and just always trying to get better and like, I don't know, struggling all the time. Like, what's their expectations of being an artist? Do they expect they all like just throw paint on a canvas and get millions for it? Because that's absolutely not what happens. Oops. Hey, I've just discovered an issue with this. Paint does reactivate, so watch out. I tried to see if AI could draw my comic for me. It was major body horror. Has anyone seen that video game Scorn? It was like that, but more terrifying. Oh my god. Some do, though. Yeah, some do, but that's not the artist that the AI stuff will sort of affect, really. And people like trying to get jobs saying stuff. Hey, I'm an AI artist, so I can save you up lots of money and work so much faster than your regular artists, and yeah, and you're like, bleh. Oh. Qu'est-ce qui fait Budu?
La game, puis moi.
Okay. I agree that I disagree that well, it isn't by definition. I wholeheartedly agree. Better art will have more meaning and purpose between the choices. It's a nicely made image, possibly, but yeah, there's no. There's nothing behind it. It depends on how you define art. Hubby, art creativity is not his thing, was experimenting with one of the art programs and it did spit out the most adorable painting of bear. Aww. Not to get all philosophical, but what is the purpose of art for humans? For a corporation to make a profit? Probably not. But I mean, it would be great as artists in general if the artistic contribution would have enough of a weight to it that most artists could figure out how to earn a living by contributing art to society, which is not exactly the case. That's a real long discussion, yep, definitely. But would still pay for commissions for the aspect of that artist and their yeah, that's the whole thing. Like the conscious choices are important in any art piece, and AIs are not conscious as far as I know. I think the biggest difference between AI art and one created by a human is that a person will always be able to say why they created that art in that way, in that medium. Yeah, there is a potential for meaning that you will never find in AI art unless AI gets sentient. But if we get to that, I mean, A, we're fucked, and B, yeah, if it's sentient, then it has the capacity to make conscious decisions, and therefore it could be art. Back when the Dreamcast came out, Rumi snatched one up, and then the commercials with the "It's thinking" came out, and I was like, nope. Sorry. Yeah, I read all of Dune, like the Herbert books, and then the ending written by his son and Kevin G. Anderson, and yeah. Throughout the extra books, or was it the prequels? Was it a mix of both? Possibly. But you have a robot that really tries to be an artist, and it's a main point of what happens, if I remember right. I'm not sure. I mean, the creation of the script for AI art is an art itself, but the use of it is definitely abusive towards artists who put more of themselves and more meaning into their work. Giving a prompt is not art, though. Like, you need to be creative and really good at problem solving to write scripts, but I don't know if it's art. And the fact that AI, well, a lot of AI's art-ish stuff is predicated upon analyzing art that already exists, it's just weird. Like, if it analyzed like the fact that all it knows comes from people actually doing art kind of makes it weird, I feel. If the AI was learning from scratch and not having pose, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to voice. my outlook. Art is half the creation of it and half the receiving, viewing of it. But then I'm not a business trying to not have to pay anyone to make my profit. Yeah. It just makes me so mad because, like, in general, okay, big generalization here, but artists that works for companies that make money ultimately out of what the artist is making within the company, these artists, they're not paid like something mind-blowing. You can have good salaries in there. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but you also have actors and what's the word I'm looking for? I can find it. But like sports people. And the fact that AI art, whatever, is becoming a thing and is just like making it even more difficult. It's just like, oh, bugger off. Art has no purpose in itself. You don't need it to sustain life. And AI art has a definite purpose. It's just a technique. Calling it art is an insult. I don't think the AI brain analyzes art the way the human brain does when it creates new art. Oh my gosh, this is becoming a bit too much. Alright, well, anyway, I have to... I kind of have to end the stream. So perhaps that's a good thing. Perhaps the timing is not too bad, because this is a really complex discussion, and I'm not sure I want to get into it for what is supposed to be a very casual weekend stream, you know. But yeah, it's definitely something to keep an eye out. Like, gotta keep watching what happens with that, just because it's super relevant to us anyway. But yeah, it's always a bit tricky to talk about it, and I'm really botching whatever I'm doing right now, so I should just put down the brush. Put down the brush. Yep. It is really heavy, and it's also a very growing at the moment. Like, it's still very a very hot topic that evolves. So I remember staying up all night in university having the "what is art" discussion, and the older students passing by and saying the freshmen having the conversation. That's hilarious. Yeah, what is art? Yep. Maybe one day, if we end up branching out into big topics, we'll have that kind of discussion. But I kind of like it when we talk about food and stupid stuff. On a light note, I asked the hubby if he was singing last night, and he said no. But me and the cats heard a whole concert's worth. Wait, what? How was he singing and not being aware of it? So dream singing is a thing. Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool, though. Well, at least if the person knows how to sing and has a good voice for it. No, there wasn't any food talk today. I don't think so. Cheese. Man, cheese. Alright. Have a good weekend, guys. See y'all next time. And let's pray to the tech gods that the setup keeps on working and doesn't go all bunkers next week. Oh, croissant. We had croissant for breakfast. They were amazing. We had the almond croissant and one that was pistachio and almond. And they were so good. Alright, guys. Bye. Have a great weekend.